Section 9 of Daddy Longlegs. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Joe Carabas. Daddy Longlegs by Jean Webster. Section 9. Graduate. Lock Willow, 19th June. Dear Daddy Longlegs, I'm educated. My diploma is in the bottom bureau drawer with my 2 best dresses. Commencement was as usual, with a few showers at vital moments. Thank you for your rosebuds. They were lovely. Master Jervie and Master Jimmy both gave me roses too, but I left theirs in the bathtub and carried yours in the class procession. Here I am at Lock Willow for the summer, or forever maybe. The board is cheap, the surroundings quiet and conducive to a literary life. What more does a struggling author wish? I'm mad about my book. I think of it every waking moment and dream of it at night. All I want is peace and quiet and lots of time to work, interspersed with nourishing meals. Master Jervie is coming up for a week or so in August, and Jimmy McBride is going to drop in some time through the summer. He's connected with a bond house now and goes about the country selling bonds to banks. He's going to combine the Farmers' National at the Corners and me on the same trip. You see that Lock Willow isn't entirely lacking in society. I'd be expecting to have you come motoring through. I only know that is hopeless. When you wouldn't come to my commencement, I tore you from my heart and buried you forever. Judy Abbott, A.B. 24th July. Dearest Daddy Longlegs, isn't it fun to work? Or don't you ever do it? It's especially fun when the kind of work is the thing you'd rather do more than anything else in the world. I've been writing as fast as my pen would go every day this summer, and my only quarrel with life is that the days aren't long enough to write all the beautiful and valuable and entertaining thoughts I'm thinking. I've finished the 2nd draft of my book, and I'm going to begin the 3rd tomorrow morning at 7:30. It's the sweetest book you ever saw. It is, truly. I think of nothing else. I can barely wait in the morning to dress and eat before beginning. Then I write and write and write till suddenly I'm so tired I'm limp all over. Then I go out with Colin, the new sheepdog, and romp through the fields and get a fresh supply of ideas for the next day. It's the most beautiful book you ever saw. Oh, pardon, I said that before. You don't think me conceited, do you, Daddy dear? I'm not really. Only just now I'm in the enthusiastic stage. Maybe later on I'll get cold and critical and sniffy. No, I'm sure I won't. This time I've written a real book. Just wait till you see it. I'll try for a minute to talk about something else. I never told you, did I, that Amasai and Carrie got married last May? They're still working here, but so far as I can see it has spoiled them both. She used to laugh when he tramped in mud or dropped ashes on the floor, but now you should hear her scold, and she doesn't curl her hair any longer. Amasai, who used to be so obliging about beating rugs and carrying wood, grumbles if you suggest such a thing. Also, his neckties are quite dingy, black and brown, where they used to be scarlet and purple. I've determined never to marry. It's a deteriorating process, evidently. There isn't much of any farm news. The animals are all in the best of health. The pigs are unusually fat, the cows seem contented, and the hens are laying well. Are you interested in poultry? If so, let me recommend that invaluable little work, 200 eggs per hen per year. I'm thinking of starting an incubator next spring and raising broilers. You see, I'm settled at Lock Willow permanently. I've decided to stay until I've written 114 novels, like Anthony Trollope's mother. Then I shall have completed my life work and can retire and travel. Mr. James McBride spent last Sunday with us. Fried chicken and ice cream for dinner, both of which he appeared to appreciate. I was awfully glad to see him. He brought a momentary reminder that the world at large exists. Poor Jimmy is having a hard time peddling his bonds. The Farmers' National at the Corners wouldn't have anything to do with them, in spite of the fact that they pay 6% interest, and sometimes 7. I think he'll end up by going home to Worcester and taking a job in his father's factory. He's too open and confiding and kind-hearted ever to make a successful financier. But to be the manager of a flourishing overall factory is a very desirable position, don't you think? Just now he turns up his nose at overalls, but he'll come to them. I hope you appreciate the fact that this is a long letter from a person with writer's cramp. But I still love you, Daddy dear, and I'm very happy. With beautiful scenery all about, and lots to eat, and a comfortable 4-post bed, and a ream of blank paper, and a pint of ink, what more does one want in the world? Yours as always, Judy. P.S. The postman arrives with some more news. We are to expect Master Jervie on Friday next to spend a week. That's a very pleasant prospect, only I'm afraid my poor book will suffer. Master Jervie is very demanding. 27th August. Dear Daddy Longlegs, where are you, I wonder? I never know what part of the world you are in, but I hope you are not in New York during this awful weather. I hope you're on a mountain peak, but not in Switzerland, somewhere nearer, looking at the snow and thinking about me. Please be thinking about me. I'm quite lonely, and I want to be thought about. Oh, Daddy, I wish I knew you. Then, when we were unhappy, we could cheer each other up. I don't think I can stand much more of Lock Willow. I'm thinking of moving. Sally is going to do settlement work in Boston next winter. Don't you think it would be nice for me to go with her? Then we could have a studio together. I would write while she settled, and we could be together in the evenings. Evenings are very long when there's no one but the Semples and Carrie and Amasai to talk to. I know in advance that you won't like my studio idea. I can read your secretary's letter now. Miss Jerusha Abbott, dear Madam, Mr. Smith prefers that you remain at Lock Willow. Yours truly, Elmer H. Griggs. I hate your secretary. I am certain that a man named Elmer H. Griggs must be horrid. But truly, Daddy, I think I shall have to go to Boston. I can't stay here. If something doesn't happen soon, I shall throw myself into the silo pit out of sheer desperation. Mercy, but it's hot. All the grass is burnt up, and the brooks are dry, and the roads are dusty. It hasn't rained for weeks and weeks. This letter sounds as though I had hydrophobia, but I haven't. I just want some family. Goodbye, my dearest Daddy. I wish I knew you. Judy. Lock Willow, 19th September. Dear Daddy, something has happened and I need advice. I need it from you and from nobody else in the world. Wouldn't it be possible for me to see you? It's so much easier to talk than to write. And I'm afraid your secretary might open the letter. Judy. P.S. I'm very unhappy. Lock Willow, 3rd October. Dear Daddy Longlegs, your note written in your own hand, and a pretty wobbly hand, came this morning. Oh, I'm so sorry that you've been ill. I wouldn't have bothered you with my affairs if I had known. Yes, I will tell you the trouble, but it's sort of complicated to write, and very private.